boys and girls, how are you? I am so excited. I'm over at my mother's house and we are making cookies. They're almost done. Yeah, I think they may be done. They smell so good. Look at that. 12 delicious cookies. And just my mother and I are here to eat them, so that means we can have 6 each. That's an awful lot of cookies. Maybe we should call our neighbors and see if they would like to come over for some tea and cookies. That would be the better thing to do, to share. That reminds me of a really fun story I have. Give me a second. I'm going to go find that book. Okay, I found the book. This book is about cookies and doorbells. What do they have to do with each other? Well, let's find out. This book is called The Doorbell Rang by Pat Hutchins. The Doorbell Rang by Pat Hutchins. I've made some cookies for tea, said Ma. Good, said Victoria and Sam. We're starving. Well, share them between yourselves, said Ma. I made plenty. That's 6 each, said Sam and Victoria. They look as good as Grandma's, said Victoria. They smell as good as Grandma's, said Sam. No one makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma, and the doorbell rang. It was Tom and Hannah from next door. Come in, said Ma. You can share the cookies. That's 3 each, said Sam and Victoria. They smell as good as your Grandma's, said Tom. And look as good, said Hannah. No one makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma, as the doorbell rang. It was Peter and his little brother. Come in, said Ma. You can share the cookies. That's 2 each, said Victoria and Sam. They look as good as your Grandma's, said Peter, and smell as good. Nobody makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma, as the doorbell rang. All those muddy footprints on the floor. Uh-oh. It was Joy and Simon with their 4 cousins. Come in, said Ma. You can share the cookies. 6 more people. That's 1 each, said Sam and Victoria. They smell as good as your Grandma's, said Joy. And look as good, said Simon. No one makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma, as the doorbell rang. And rang. Oh dear, said Ma, as the children stared at the cookies on their plate. Perhaps you'd better eat them before we open the door. We'll wait, said Sam. It was Grandma with an enormous tray of cookies. Oh, how nice to have so many friends to share them with, said Grandma. It's a good thing I made a lot. Oh, look at all those cookies. There'll be plenty for everyone. Oh, And no one makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma, as the doorbell rang. It's a great book. That's my grandfather clock ringing back there. So every time someone new came to the door, they got less and less cookies. Thank goodness Grandma showed up on time. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to have to leave because I've got some cookies cooling in the kitchen. I will see you next time on Story Time with Miss Carol.